very first impression when the doors of the airport opened was like,
Oh, hi everyone. I'm Lorena. This is Susan. This is my husband, and we are.
come on, everybody, ¿qué cholche? How is it going for you today? Well, today I am finally sitting and releasing this video about my 2 years here in India. I actually came here in September 2019, but well, Susan's birthday, Mexican Independence Day, Durga Puja, all of them were, I think personally they were more important to show you than my 2-year anniversary reflection on my life in India. But well, finally here we are, so let's start. I'm gonna start telling you that the format of this video is gonna be like a Q&A because it is easier for me to like answer questions about this. I hope you like this video. I made some questions. I think they are like the normal questions everybody will want to know about a foreigner living abroad. So let's go on. My first question is, what was I thinking when I landed in India? Well, first of all, I was thinking, oh my god, I'm finally here! Ah! And also, I was very worried that, well, my now husband was not gonna show up. I don't know, I mean, God knows, right? People do things, they think things, and you'll never know. So I was really worried, like, is he coming or not? Something in my heart told me that he was gonna be there because the last stop I made was in Qatar, and I asked him that he had to book me another flight because apparently I maybe asked for an exit ticket and I didn't have one. So I told him, please book me one, and he did so. I don't think he will have gone that far to just no show. Next question is, what was my first impression of Kolkata? Well, the very first impression when the doors of the airport opened was like, oh my god, is this Cancun? Yeah, Kolkata has the exact same weather as Cancun, Mexico. You might have heard about this very paradisiac place in Mexico. It's very humid, very hot. So I was very happy actually because even though I grew up in Western Mexico, my hometown is Southern Mexico. I was born there, I lived there for 10 years. I mean, I have enough memories of how it was. So it felt something like home. Oh. So yeah, that was one of my first impressions. And the second part was like, finally I spotted my husband there and I was so relieved, so happy. You can see my my smile when I remember this. I still have that happiness and that all in my face when I saw him. I was like, oh my god, it's happening! Ah! So yeah, I was very happy and excited that finally I landed, no one left me, and I was off to my next adventure. Also, I remember we reached to his car, now our car, and to me it had a purplish hue, and I have always wanted a purple car, so that was like another sign, like, oh my god, I got a purple car! So yeah, it was like, everything's going well. And then my husband had booked a hotel room because it was, I mean, his parents' place is way farther from the airport. He asked me, do you want to go to the hotel or you want to have a drive in Kolkata? And of course, guess what I chose? Yeah, the drive! Woo! It was probably 3 a.m. in the morning or 2 something. I think I landed 1-ish, 2-ish, something like that. I went out, and yeah, of course I was gonna ask him that. Prior coming to Kolkata, I watched a lot of videos about how the place was, the streets, the interesting spots, the food. So I had an idea. I mean, parenthesis, when you are gonna make these kind of huge changes in your life and you're going to live abroad, do your research. I mean, it is fine to let yourself be surprised by the new place, but still get an idea on how it is. Otherwise, maybe those surprises are not going to be good, right? So in my case, they were good. I am very happy that I have came here, and yeah. So no, my God, I was. I remember we went to the Ma flyover, and it was I don't remember, mi amor, that very first day when I came to Kolkata and we were in the Ma flyover, it was the dusk was coming, right, in the Ma flyover, I guess. You see, I was so happy, and also he took me to the outer part, of course, of the Victoria Memorial. It was very nice to see. He took me to Park Street. Of course, it was the middle of the week, so nothing was happening. It was actually very late, but still, on my first day in Kolkata, I went to Park Street, and it was awesome. I remember, probably it was Goria Hat. I mean, now that I know a little bit more the city, probably it was Goria Hat. Probably when all the home decor places are, that too, maybe. Oh my God, I was so surprised, so happy, so I was in awe. It was awesome for me. It was something new, mixed with something expected, with something that I was really longing for it. So yeah, that was my very first impression of Kolkata. Oh, also it rained, so I could see the nice, I mean, in a nice weather, fresh, cool. What else? Oh, I remember seeing all the greenery. I mean, from my very first point of view, if you are Mexican, you may know this. To me, Kolkata looks like León or Silao 15, 18 years back. It was a growing city. Neighborhoods popping all over the place, and still there's a lot of fields, like crops and all those things. So yeah, that's what I saw, and I was so happy. Like, yeah. And then we went back to the hotel, and yeah, slept for some time, and finally we went to meet his parents. Ta-da! How I managed culture shock? Well, just as that, because actually I understood from the very beginning, and I mean, I realized that also, that a lot of things that are gonna be said, are gonna be told, are gonna be done, all those things come from our own culture, the way we were grown up. So culture shocks are only that, culture shocks. It is not because someone is hating me, or because I despise any kind of behavior or a way to do things. So yeah, to me it was pretty easy. Also, because before coming to India, before committing myself to move abroad and living with someone, blah blah blah, I asked him a lot of questions regarding these things, like if I have to change my dress, the way I dress, if I am not supposed to eat meat somewhere, I mean, in some occasions or some places, if I can drink or not, if what kind of things I am supposed to say or not, all those things. Fortunately, in my family, and I am very blessed because of that, my in-laws and their family, they are very open-minded and welcoming people. I am very, very grateful with them, because one of the keys to have a successful life abroad is that those who embrace you are actually doing it and not just saying it from outside. So I am very grateful with all my extended family, because they have been very welcoming and understanding people. The fifth question, it is, Was it difficult to adapt to a new culture? Well, not really, because I actually, as I told you before, I asked each and every question about, that I could imagine about how my life was gonna be here. And then I realized that whatever answer I got, I was okay to live with that. So no, it was very happy. A few things, I guess, but it is because I was living in a joint family for 2-3 months, and it's understandable because we do things differently. But that's fine. I truly have never felt that my family did something to me specifically. They never said, Lorena is doing this, Lorena is doing that. No, she's wrong because of this. Never. Yeah, adapting to a new culture takes a lot of effort, that's true, but also takes a lot of work beforehand. If it's your dream to move abroad to a culture that is way different from yours, you have to understand how dynamic goals that actually go to see if you can live with that. For example, I love Japanese culture, Japan, everything. Oh yeah, my dream long before was to go and live in Japan. And then after seeing a lot of my friends and hearing and reading about different experiences, I realized that I love Japan to pieces and I will keep loving it, but I will never ever ever live there, at least not as a working person, because their work culture is so hard. It's something I don't want. To sum up, is before it was not that difficult because I did my research, and also because it happens to be that Mexican culture and Indian culture are very similar in many ways. Let's go to the next question, which is, what about the food? I'm gonna answer to one of my subscribers who long back asked me to make like a challenge on how much spice, either, I don't remember right now, but either my husband could eat or I could eat. Sorry, but I am just doing this video right now. I didn't check your question. I just remembered that your question was there. Mexican and Indian food are pretty similar. By pretty similar, I mean the spices we use are the same. The thing is, the way we use them is different. And in Mexico, the food is spicy, that's true, but the thing is that we put the spices later. The hot flavor comes after with the salsas or with another add-on that we put that makes it spicy. In Indian food, it's not. It is there only while you cook. But for example, there is 2-3 Mexican dishes which are like, for example, I'm gonna have pictures here: pipián, mole, or birria. That they have a lot of spices in them. Let me tell you, by the way, that sometimes my previous cook used to make some chicken, and the way she did it, it tasted to me like barbacoa de Jalisco, the state where I used to live. So yeah, sometimes I don't really miss my food because, well, also I am a foodie. I love food. I remember also probably 1 or 2 weeks before coming to India, one of our friends shared a video on sweets, like street food and sweets. Oh my god, I was like, yes, I'm gonna go and land in this place full of sweets, full of food. I love Indian food, actually. I really enjoy it. The only thing I still don't get the flavor, and my husband also told me that there's an acquired taste, is the bitter food. Corolla, methi shak, and some other bitter food. That's something we don't have in Mexico, so no. that flavor, I cannot stand it, actually. I eat it because I have to, because it's there. But if I can avoid it, perfectly fine. I have no complaints. Okay, since it seems that my life has been here very easy, that I am very adaptable person and blah blah blah, which is half truth, I decided to ask what has been the hardest part of living in India, or here in Kolkata specifically. And I must say that it is the language. It is hard for me because I don't feel as independent as I could be. Nowadays, yeah, I do a lot of more things, but in Mexico, when I was with my husband, one of the questions I asked him was about the language. And he told me that I was completely fine with English, and it was half truth. My neighbors, his circle, my extended family, they speak English, they understand English, but the problem arose when I had to go to the grocery shop or to the market or any other place locally, because of course they don't speak English, they speak Bengali or Hindi, and I decided that I was not gonna learn Hindi because I'm living in West Bengal and apparently there is no plan to go any other states in India. So what is the best? To learn the language for the people who lives here. So I am learning Bengali. And well, it's been 2 years, so now I understand way more and I can communicate to some extent. But yeah, the language has been very difficult because it is frustrating when you cannot make yourself heard. One example is that with the domestic service and the cook, but the previous one actually took advantage of me not knowing Bengali because she will not do the things properly. Perfect excuse is I didn't understand her. And okay, my husband has to help, but he cannot be helping every time, right? It's not his role here. Yeah, again, that is one of the most difficult parts, I guess, because not every people has patience, right? To go slow with a foreigner that doesn't know the language. And yeah, now we are reaching to a dark part of the video. No, I have talked a lot about good things. It's just fair that I put my 2 cents on things I don't like about India. And there are basically 3. First one is your garbage management, the way you treat people sometimes. And the third one, well, I have told it a little bit before, but I'm gonna be more specific in this topic. In this question, your education and work system. Regarding the garbage management, guys, your country is such a beautiful one. Your architecture, even the city, even if it's a chaos, there's beauty in chaos, and your chaos is awesome. I love it. Even I complain because your streets don't have sidewalks. I love the way they are. It is nice. It gives a different feeling from whatever I have been growing up with, right? So I don't understand why you keep polluting your country. I know it is something that formation, but guys, just put your garbage in your backpack or whatever you have, and keep it and throw it in your home. I can't really believe the amount of garbage that I see on the streets. It is very saddening because, believe it or not, I feel part of this country now, so it is my country. And as I used to tell in Mexico, don't pollute my country, I come and say this even to my husband, because he's used to. Sometimes he does, and I tell him, don't pollute my country. And now Susanita's country too. But yeah, guys, there must be the strongest campaign done to actually save your country from this. I don't know about how the landfills situation is here, but that doesn't matter. As simple as you taking your garbage with you, throwing it where it belongs, makes a huge difference. The second one, which is about how you treat people, I think, well, to me it's a little bit difficult to understand because at least talking about Bengali language, sometimes the way you speak to each other, to me, to my foreigner ears, sounds like you are fighting, arguing with people, with each other. I remember this time when we were buying stuff for the home. We went to buy the lampshades, And then at some point, my husband and the guy from the store were like arguing, very heated. And yeah, I mean, we left the store normal, and then I asked him, hey, what's up, is everything fine? He said, yeah, we were just saying here and there, and he told me that to come back whenever I want. And I was like, okay. That's how you greet and be thankful to the people who bought or gave you things? Anyways, so I mean, that is one part, but the other part is the way you treat people sometimes is very harsh. I mean, not because you shout on someone or belittle someone, that person is gonna be encouraged to do better, whatever it is. So yeah, that part to me strikes hard in my heart, because I am not used to. I mean, everywhere happens, I know, but here at least it seems like that. It seems like more common. It makes me feel uncomfortable because you cannot, I mean, that's something I am not used to. That's it. And for example, if I had to tell something to my maid, to my cook, I will never shout at them telling them, you have to do this, you have to do that. No. They are human beings. All of us are human beings, and we deserve to be treated equally. So number 3, and the last thing I don't like about your education system and work system. I completely understand where it comes from, because the competition is fierce, it's hard, and you have to earn your place in school, in a job, but it's too much, guys. It seems that you only live for studying, for working, and that's not how life it is. It makes me sad, actually. I think like I wish Suzanne was not a student here, but also I think and I feel that changes are happening, so I hope by the time she starts going school and things go on, this will ease, because children are children. Children have the right, and it is intrinsically to them, that they need to play, they need to explore, they need free time to be themselves. Everybody has the right to live a life that fulfills them, that completes them in all aspects. I mean, work-wise, family-wise, individually. So I really hope that this pandemic, I mean, I actually think that this pandemic came to make a revolution about work. I mean, I am very happy on that side, because at least from what I've heard, if things weren't like they are right now with the pandemic, my husband will have lost all these precious milestones and new things that Suzanne does, just because of his work. So yeah, I hope that like this pandemic have done something for the better. And well, those were my 2 cents on the things I don't like about India. And the last one, to leave on a better note, is what I like about it. And well, I like everything. Each and everything that my husband has told me regarding how it was gonna be has been truth, and I think that's why I love it very much. I love the people I have encountered are very nice, have welcomed me with open arms. I love the architecture here, by the way. It reminds me a lot of Mexico City. If you know Mexico City, you know what I'm talking about. If not, go look for Mexico City pictures, and you'll see that the feeling of Kolkata and Mexico City is pretty much similar. I like the food a lot. I am in love with fuchkas, shingaras, the curries, biryani. Oh, my love, biryani, my love. Yeah. I just have to try a lot of other dishes from India, because I know it is very different cuisine. But I bet I'm gonna be very pleased with the food. I really enjoy spotting the similarities India has with Mexico, because it makes me realize that we are not that different. We are pretty much the same. In general, that's what I can say about India, or at least Kolkata, because it's the only place I know. I only went to Hyderabad once for 3 days, and I spent it in a resort, so I didn't really see Hyderabad that much. But yeah, I really enjoy being here. It is where my heart feels at home too. Oh, there is one more I forgot, which is if I miss Mexico. I think, but at this point you may ask yourself if this woman, she doesn't like Mexico or something, she just ran away. No, it's not like that. Of course I do miss my Mexico, but what I really miss from there is my family and friends. Other than that, I don't, because I have everything here. Even I can make my knockoff Mexican food and it's tasting pretty similar, because I told you there's the ingredients are available here, plenty. Maybe not the corn flour, for example, but there is a corn flour that is eaten, I guess, someone told me mostly in northern India, the north part, which is corn flour. I mean, it's just different flavor, but still corn flour. The other day I made escabeche, which is a southern Mexican dish, with tandoori chicken, which actually tasted very similar to the pollo asado that they sell you in Mexico. And because we have here a lot of spices, I was able to make the recado. I don't remember if my mom gave me the recipe for the puchero or the escabeche recado, which is the mix of spices. If you are wondering what I'm saying in Spanish, it's just like we also have the masalas mix. So it is a mix of spices, powdered spices, that give the flavor. So yeah, I made that. Mexico will always have a place in my heart. All my friends that I miss very, very much. I miss going lunch, like those impromptu lunches that we used to go for Korean food, or just to try any other different food. My Sunday brunches, also my parties, my meetings with my friends. My family, of course, I miss my family to pieces. I was very close to my mom. I'm still very close to my mom, but there's 13,500 kilometers of distance between us. But I used to hang out with her a lot. She was my best friend. Yeah, what I miss about Mexico is my people. Other than that, I am very, very happy here. And when I go back to Mexico, the first thing I'm gonna do, of course, is go meet my family and friends. Whatever we do, it is fine. I don't mind. I really want to spend time with my loved ones. And before I start crying with nostalgic feelings, that's it. Thank you for watching. If you like it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And of course, follow us on Instagram at One in the Mexican Fam.